guys, and welcome back to Mika Reacting Reviews. We're reacting to things on the internet, same day, same shirt, different video. And today we're going to be reacting to another interesting video from Hip Hop Madness, is a YouTube channel here on the platform. They did a video titled, Why Doesn't Hip Hop or the Hip Hop Industry Respect Joyner Lucas? And so we recently reacted to one of Logic's new videos and singles called Ye Not Crazy, and I really enjoyed it. And so I want to know, like, why doesn't hip hop respect the guy that I feel like is talented, right? And so anyway, we're gonna get right into it. But before we do, if you like this type of videos, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell to get notifications when I do upload. All of that really does help with the algorithm, guys. And if you'd like to support the channel even further, you can donate. My PayPal link in the description box below and also in the comment section. Of course, it helps, but you don't have to. You can just like, comment, subscribe. And another great way to support this channel is either join my brand new membership program, different levels, different tiers, different perks, or you can visit my brand new merch shop, links down below, and links to all of the alternative platforms I'm on, my socials, and all the ways to support me is always in the links down below. Also, if you're an independent artist and you'd like me to react to your video or play it in my intro, hit me up on my email and let's do business. Other than that, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Alright, here we go.
Despite successful collaborations with top spitters like Eminem, Black Thought, Royce the 5'9", Jaron Benton, Tech 9, and most recently Logic, it would seem that Joyner Lucas is ready to be added to my favorite MCs list by now, right? He has the megastar cosigns, respect from his contemporaries, and most importantly, his pen game is among the best. But despite doing everything right at face value, why isn't Joyner Lucas taken more seriously as a younger version of artists such as J. Cole or Kendrick Lamar? The answer is a complex one, but ultimately boils down to a simple and either disappointing or powerful conclusion, depending on if you're a Joyner fan or not. For whatever reason, much of the hip-hop community thinks Joyner Lucas' artistic perspective is corny. Let's talk about his collaborations first.
Stopping it there. Okay, before it goes further into the video, I watched Hip Hop Madness Corny Rappers video, and for me, what I took away from the Corny Rappers video was that any rapper who has a message to their song, who doesn't fall in line with the sort of cut and paste hip hop thing where they talk about bitches and hoes and drugs and partying and drinking and stuff like that. Any rapper who talks about their mental health or going through personal struggles, any rapper who sort of criticizes what direction the hip hop industry went towards, like, is kind of considered preachy and a corny rapper. So I don't know. We'll see why the hip hop industry thinks Joyner Lucas is Logic, but from what the video I watched before, to me it's like, well, what does it matter? Because even a couple of the rappers that they said that he reacted to or he collaborated with was Logic. Logic was also in the Corny Rappers video that they did, and also because he had like a message, positivity, that people considered Logic corny, even though he was commercial and widely successful. I don't know, and they did say like they did say Joyner Lucas' pen game was on point, which makes me feel like he's a lyrical artist or a lyrical rapper, which I very much enjoy. So again, it's just like, I don't know, anytime I hear people say corny, I feel like that just means like he doesn't fit into the box of hip hop, or what the hip hop gatekeepers say hip hop is supposed to be. Anyway, let's continue.
Commercially speaking, the biggest names he's collaborated with are Eminem and Logic. It is with these two artists that Joyner also enjoyed 2 of his first 3 Billboard Hot 100 appearances so far. Logic's status as an A-lister today is undeniable, cemented with his second #1 album in Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, and 11 songs reaching the Hot 100 in 2018. What's also undeniable is Eminem's status as a legend, as he's still the best-selling hip-hop artist of all time and one of the most technically gifted MCs ever. While no one can question Logic or Eminem's place in rap, both artists are also widely viewed as corny outside of their respective fan bases.
But they said that like both artists are widely accepted or whatever, respected in the hip-hop world, where you had Logic and the hip-hop industry thinks Logic is corny. So which one is it? Hip Hop Madness? Do the hip-hop industry think he's corny, bullied him out of the hip-hop and into retirement because of that? Or is he well respected? Like, which one is it? Anyway, let's continue.
With Eminem, the perceived staleness is due mainly to a decline in shocking, boundary-pushing substance in his bars, leading to work full of excessive wordplay but hollow messages, like the single Rap God or the album's revival in Kamikaze. the latter of which Joyner Lucas was featured on in the single Lucky You. While Kamikaze was much more respected than Revival, both albums are widely viewed as late career grasps that did nothing to tell us what we already knew, that Eminem is really good at rapping.
Okay. I didn't know that's what people thought about Eminem's later albums, that they're good but hollow. However, I feel like that's what a lot of mainstream and accepted hip hop is. You know, good, great production, amazing beats, you know, but hollow without any messaging. I didn't know that. I haven't listened to a lot of the newer Eminem songs just because I just don't feel him anymore. Not to take away from his talent, I still agree that Eminem is a legend when it comes to hip hop. However, I just don't, you know, vibe him anymore. But that's interesting. I didn't know that was the narrative around Eminem's newer albums or singles. Do you guys agree with that? Let me know in the comment section. All right, let's continue.
Eminem is really good at rapping. Despite impressively holding his own with Eminem on Lucky You, M's bitterness and shallow takes on today's hip-hop culture made the entire album irrelevant to the greater hip-hop community. A shame, since Lucky You was actually a top 10 Hot 100 single. Being paired with a legendary rapper didn't seem to help Joyner's case, but what about his collaboration with Logic on Isis? Unlike Eminem, Logic is in his prime, yet similar claims of corniness plague the otherwise talented and accomplished young rapper. For one, Logic has received criticism for the lack of depth in his bigger messages, notably his commentary on race. While he's of the same black father white mother pairing as his peers such as J. Cole and Drake, Logic is visibly white passing, meaning someone who didn't know him would assume that he's white before anything else. While that is not his fault at all, it changes the expectations the rap community has of his commentary because his black identity isn't as outwardly vulnerable as Cole's or Drake's. So when he tackles huge topics in his music like racial inequality, which he does often, critics consider his statements bland and punchless.
It's like, if you don't talk about race, then you're racist. If you do talk about race, you're grasping, pandering, or virtue signaling, which can be a thing, but it really depends on the individual, whether it's genuine or authentic or not. And if it is, why not applaud that? But if he is pandering, if people feel like he's pandering, then I understand why that's annoying too, because I do find that annoying. Yeah, I don't know, like Drake doesn't come off so black to me. Like, he's more Hispanic, if anything. Not trying to take away his blackness, but I'm just trying to say, like, he doesn't feel that black to me. You know what I mean? Whatever that means. Anyway, let's continue.
Which he does often, critics consider his statements bland and punchless. Lindsay Zoladz of The Ringer says the following about Logic on his album Everybody. Whenever he looks up from his own experience, Logic very often seems out of his depths. He arrives at his conclusions too easily, we are all one, is too often his logical crutch. Despite talking a big talk, everybody's observations about race in America feel strangely defanged and self-censored. If it were a Kendrick Lamar album, he'd have to call it Darn.
Okay, stop it there. So basically, Logic doesn't go with the popular pro-woke black narrative that police are hunting black people, that, oh my god, your skin is your sin, that the world is out against us and we are extremely oppressed and victimized. If he hit harder on that, then it'd be probably more accepted, but because he's kind of come to a conclusion like, hey, we're all human, we all suffer in some way, like, move forward. I've never heard of any of those songs that talk about that, so I'm just sort of imagining that's what the song says because of what this video is saying. Then it feels defanged or something because you're not going in hard enough, So basically that's the reason why. And because Eminem is willing to go harder on that, not basically trying to say that he experiences this, but he does the whole like fuck Trump and cops are racist and all that stuff, then it's more accepted because it goes along with the popular pro-black fake woke narrative. All right, let's continue.
Along with his nerdy aesthetic, Logic's We Are All One sentiments are a huge factor in his artistic appeal. It's why 1-800-273-8255 is his biggest hit to date. Unfortunately, the hip-hop community beyond Logic's fanbase sees Logic simply as an odd character who raps his story well, but can't hook the whole culture with his bigger ideas. It also doesn't help that Joyner Lucas himself called Logic corny in 2017. Despite his recent collaborations being some of the biggest names in rap, Joyner hasn't been able to win over the hip-hop masses with these cosigns.
Okay, so Joyner called Logic corny at some point and then they collabed. It's the same thing with someone like Tom McDonough and Adam Cahoon. Like Adam Cahoon had a few words about what Tom McDonough has done and then they collaborated. Like, people can have their knee-jerk assumptions off of, you know, things they've seen and heard, but then if they meet the person, and if they meet that person in person, then they can get a better understanding of who that person is and have a change of heart about it. So I don't really see that much wrong with that. Hip-hop culture, Logic doesn't fit into the hip-hop culture. You know, this video is not about Logic, but they're talking a lot about Logic. Why can't hip-hop culture be multifaceted and layered and nuanced? Why does, again, have to be in this box? Anyway, let's continue.
So what about his solo work? Among his deeper cuts, Joyner has skillfully and passionately took on issues such as depression and his own black-white identity on songs like I'm Sorry and Half. That being said, his remixes of trendy rap hits and a viral music video for I'm Not a Racist has proven to be enough fuel for people to keep the claims of corniness against Joyner going strong. I'm Not Racist catches flack for a lot of reasons. Most importantly, the single has been said to be an oversimplification of America's issues with race. While the song is structured well and the video is both creative and captivating, many black commentators took issue with Joyner equating centuries-old violent racism to black unemployment and inner-city crime. In many ways, the song suffers from the same We Are All One approach to issues Logic has been criticized for.
Oh my god, it is a song. Do you think he can give you a whole freaking lecture in a song? Of course he has to simplify it down because it is a few-minute song. It's like, are you kidding me? And the part when they say they oversimplify years of oppression that none of these people that are upset ever experienced, unemployment and stuff like that, I feel like that was from the white person's point of view, and that was the point of the song, to show you the different points of view of different races who don't understand or misunderstand or are miscommunicating about each other's lived experience or what they feel about the situation. That was the point of it. Duh. Like, are you kidding me? It's like, wait, it's weird because, like, the same thing I do if I'm, like, commenting on someone and they'll be like, oh my god, I can't believe you like oversimplified that with this, like, a couple of lines. I'm like, I'm not writing you a dissertation. It's a fucking comment. It's a song. Of course it has to be simplified down. Like, I think that song was amazing. I didn't know Joyner Lucas did that song. I had no idea, and I think I reacted to that song on his channel. I think. If I haven't, let's future react to it. If you want me to react to it and I haven't, let me know in the comment section below. I think that song was really well done. I actually think that song was generous a lot of the times in some ways, but again, I think a lot of times in mainstream hip-hop, if you don't stick to the popular narrative of black people are being hunted down and our lives are absolutely miserable because of the simple fact of the color of our skin, and the slavery, the tragedy of slavery hundreds of years ago still affect me today, which I've never experienced even an ounce of what that actually felt like, and I would never disrespect my ancestors to make it feel like I actually know what that experience is. If you shy away from pointing fingers at the actual culture and holding a mirror to the culture saying maybe there's some issues that you guys are doing that you can correct to help the community, if you shy away from doing that, then you're more accepted into the hip-hop community. And it's stupid. So I'm still getting this idea that corny means you just don't go with the mainstream. You say what you want, you do what you want, you have a message to your song, and you criticize the industry that you're in. That's kind of to me what corny is. And if that what corny means, then who gives a flying F, right? Flying fuck, sorry. Didn't mean to censor myself. Anyway, let's continue.
This was explained extremely well by Damon Young of Very Smart Brothers, who says the song is cool the same way 2 bags of Cheetos can alleviate hunger. It's an empty coolness because of the concept. The song and the video is based on a faulty premise.
I'm gonna stop again. The part where the white guy is speaking is supposed to be the faulty premise. I don't agree with that analogy, but that's what's the point of it. To say, look at this white guy, he is misunderstanding the black struggle. That was supposed to be the premise of the video. That's what I got from it. I guess, I don't know, maybe because the white guy wasn't suffering from white guilt, that they didn't like it. Anyway, let's continue.
Being met with a lot of criticism, some of Joyner's most popular songs are his remixes of hit rap songs such as Gucci Gang, Mask Off, and Bank Account, with his Gucci Gang remix being the most popular at 66 million YouTube views. In these songs, much of the criticism Eminem and Logic face, as previously summarized in this video, have been applied to these Joyner remixes. Shallow criticism of today's rap scene, overemphasis on technical rapping, and generally hollow messages. With lines like, "What's a little pump to a rocket flame," and "a bunch of drug addicts in the house of pain, hope you suffer till you pop a vein," Lucas critics often say his critiques of rap trends come off as preachy and tactless. As shown in these remixes, much of Joyner's discography is colored by the same lack of subtlety, a quality of his rapping that admittedly turns off even some of his fans, as seen in forums on sites like Genius and Kanye Twitter. Rappers that dedicate their art to sharing their worldview have very little margin for error. One of the only mainstream rappers in today's game who has seemingly avoided any serious accusations of corniness is Kendrick Lamar, a great accomplishment in its own right considering how ambitious his work has been. Even J. Cole, despite years of respect as a top rapper who resonates taking on race, class, love, and hip-hop culture, has found it difficult to avoid the rumbling wave of corniness accusations. Considering how small the list of non-corny conscious rappers are, even when you add names of past legends like Tupac and Phife Dawg, it is no surprise that in today's crazy world, the biggest conscious and technical rappers are not connecting with listeners in some key areas.
Stop this. Oh my god, are you freaking kidding me? Because society is too low bar to understand technical rapping, the lyrics that you're spitting, and the messages of your song. That doesn't make you corny? What? I've said it before on this channel, just because something is trendy and popular doesn't mean it's good. A lot of times it's a reflection of where society is. It's your society is consumed with junk values and stupidity. If you're living in an era of idiocracy, of course when you spit some actual facts to them, when you give them some technical bars, when you actually have like, if you're a lyrical rapper, you actually have something to say that doesn't match or align with the mass consumption narrative, what the accepted talking points are, of course it's gonna go over people's head. But why the hell as an artist should you give a flying F about that? I guess if you want to be mainstream and commercial, then yeah. But for me, it's like, really? I almost feel like the corny label is kind of like, yeah, like go ahead. Like from now on, anytime I ever hear somebody say that's a corny rapper, I'm gonna go check them out. Because to me, that's basically the definition of a corny rapper. Someone who's lyrical, someone who's technical, someone who has a message, someone who criticizes the hip-hop community that deserves a lot of criticism, and someone who says what they want to say and don't go along with the mainstream narrative, who's a critical thinker and a self-thinker. You know what I mean? So from now on, give me a whole list of all the corny rappers so I can go listen to them. Like, it's so sad. That is so sad. Really? So you just have to have your cookie cutter, cut and paste rappers who rap about the same freaking thing, the same recycled beats and production, the same slapping asses together. That's what we're supposed to consume. I'm sorry, I got a little heated. Alright, let's continue.
Connecting with listeners in some key areas, Joyner included. In conclusion, Joyner Lucas is a very talented rapper with potential to extend his prime years beyond 2019. While he's beginning to see chart success and is comfortable with making controversial art, his heavy-handed approach to social commentary and resentment for the latest generation of hip-hop artists may continue to be enough for fans and critics to exclude Joyner Lucas from any serious list of best rappers out. This has been a Hip Hop Madness original.
Alright, that's it, guys. Look. This is how I see it. I feel like the hip-hop artists that are hitting mainstream, or any type of musical artist, right? I feel like it's the populist table. It's the cool kids club that's, you know, like you can't sit there unless the gatekeepers of hip-hop say that you're cool enough or whatever, right? But what I remember the cool kids club as being like a bunch of losers. When I was in high school and middle school, all those kids who were considered cool kids ended up being really nothing much as they got older. Most of the girls that were cool in my school ended up being dropouts, teenage and pregnant, never leaving town, never really exploring life. They just stuck to the norm because that's what they did in high school. They did whatever the norm popular thing was to do. And the ones who were the weirdos, the ones who were the nerds, the ones who kind of did their own thing are the ones who achieved more, usually moved out of the freaking state, community, or even country because they obviously didn't fit into that box, and did their own thing and usually live a lot more of an interesting life. So for me, if I was an artist, I wouldn't give a flying hell about sitting at the cool kids club. But I understand the culture in hip-hop is kind of like, you kind of want that star sticker from your favorite like rapper god or whatever, right? You dream of being accepted into their hip-hop arms, I guess, right? But at some point, I feel like as an artist, especially if you want to be like a real artist and do your thing, you kind of have to like give that up. And if it happens, it happens. But create your own lane, you know, develop your own audience, and your fans are going to understand you and love you for being authentic and genuine. Again, a lot of these cookie cutter artists, they'll have a bit of fame, their studio and their management and their contracts will make a lot of money, but a lot of them don't last that long. A lot of them don't have longevity in the music scene because it's cookie cutter and boring. Anyway guys, that's it. Tell me what you think of this video, what they said, what I said. Do you agree with them? Do you disagree with them? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let me know in the comment section below. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell to get the notifications when I do upload. All of that really does help with the algorithm, guys. And if you'd like to support this channel any further, you can donate. My PayPal link is in the description box below and also in the comment section. Of course, it helps. But you don't have to. You can just like, comment, and subscribe. Another great way to support this channel is either you can join my brand new membership program, different levels, different tiers, different perks, or you can visit my brand new merch shop, links down below. I also have a second travel vlog channel. I travel as a lifestyle. I live abroad. If you'd like to know where I am in the world, you can go to the description box below and also in the comment section. Hit the link, go subscribe to my travel vlog channel, and or follow me on my travel Instagram. My stories is usually what's most up to date. And you guys have an amazing day. Bye!